once a day, something that's going to require courage. And maybe 30 days later, I remember the first time I needed to do this Insta live, my legs were shivering. We think we have to have courage to put the videos. The real truth is put the videos and gain the courage. I am not bold in talking to people. I'm not confident. I feel very low in front of people who look bold and end up in people pleasing. Can you please tell me a few steps to be bold, ma'am? You know what? I think confidence is all about taking small risks and accomplishing them. So look at what are those small things that you can do where you can start to go, well done, like that, So I remember there was a time when I refused to, my mother used to say, ask ketchup from the waiter with your French fries. And I didn't have the confidence to ask the staff member in the hotel to get me ketchup. I will eat the whole fries without ketchup, but I won't have the courage to ask for ketchup. So you can imagine how timid I must have been at my younger days, right? And then slowly, my mom and my parents and everyone around me started to encourage me, okay, go get the keys from the hotel manager, or Puja, go ask for directions, or go. And I just slowly and gradually, in the process of speaking to strangers, where I used to be so conscious and feel like, what if they judge me? What if my English, I remember once I had to ask someone where to go buy corn, and I said, where can I get bhutta? And I remember for like 5 hours after that going on thinking, why couldn't I just say corn? Why did I say bhutta? It looks so... And you can see what I'm doing to myself, because I'm pretty sure that's what you do to yourself. The reason I'm giving you all of these examples is I want you to know the difference between a very confident person and an underconfident person is not that the confident person is not conscious. The confident person allows the mistakes that will happen on the journey of gaining confidence, okay? So if you can start to say that once a day, I'm going to do something that is going to require courage. Once a day, something that's going to require courage. And maybe 30 days later, twice a day, I'm going to do something that requires courage. Twice a day, I remember the first time I needed to do this Insta live, my legs were shivering. I remember I felt like, what if nobody asked me any questions? I had actually prepared 10 questions on a sheet that in case people don't ask me, I'll just read it out and pretend like as if they are asking. It's so crazy, because Prati, in the beginning, we all start out with all of our doubts being so big in our head, and then slowly and gradually, today I can do this in my sleep. I don't know what I was so nervous about, but that's how things should look a year or two from now. You should look back and say, oh my God, I don't know what I was creating such a hula hoo about, because this is not even difficult. But in the beginning, everything feels difficult. There's a beautiful line I had heard from Brian Tracy which said, it's hard till it's easy. I find it difficult to say no, or I am not completely bold or straightforward. When people are extremely bold or straightforward to me, I easily feel bad. Sometimes I'm not able to even make eye contact. Shauna, learning to say no is an art that I'm going to ask you to start to practice. A lot of times why we can't say no is because we are so scared to disappoint someone else. Not realizing that when we don't disappoint others, guess who's the one person you're going on disappointing? It's yourself. And what happens when you don't learn to say no? People tend to take you for granted. People tend to take your time, effort, energy for granted. And then what happens? You start to build bitterness against them. Okay? So either your option is to say no once, upset them, but continue the relationship because it's fair, or not to say no at all, become super bitter, and a day comes when you hate them. You can't stand the sight of them. What did you save then? You didn't land up saving anything. And can I tell you one more thing? When people tend to take you for granted and you don't say no, you train and teach and allow them to take you for granted. So it's not just their fault that you are being taken for granted. You have contributed to that situation equally. True or not? So I feel like we do a disservice to ourselves and the people opposite us when we don't learn to say no. When we say no clearly, there are so many times where I feel like I wish people had told me. I wish someone had told me, "Tum pehle aake kyun nahi bole?" Today my staff arrived from Lucknow, I think, this morning, and he had dengue and he had fever. And I said, आपने फोन करके बताया क्यों नहीं, आपने डेंगू में ट्रैवल क्यों किया, you know? And he said, नहीं मुझे पता है आप कितने ज्यादा पर्टिकुलर हो कि हमें टाइम से आना चाहिए, तो मैंने नहीं फोन किया. And I felt so bad. If he had just hinted to me that he's not well, I would have said, just rest it out in your city for 1 week. I'm anyway leaving tomorrow for London. So can you see, so a lot of times when we do not open our mouths and speak, we do a disservice even to the person opposite, because had they known our situation, maybe they would have done something extremely different. You don't know that because you didn't have the courage to ask that. So my suggestion to you is start to build small points of courage in your personality. Okay, you know, we think we have to have courage to put the videos. The real truth is, put the videos and gain the courage. You know, everything that you're imagining will go wrong or how bad it will be, that's the start point, Miri Jaan. So there are a few things in my head that I have, that I tell myself, that helps me do these things. One is, one of my teachers, Stephen Pressfield, says, start before you're ready. Okay, so anything in life you want to do, start before you are fully ready. Okay, Karishma Kapoor is one of my biggest role models in how she looked in Prem Kaidi versus how she looked in Raja Hindustani. Had she waited to look like that in Raja Hindustani, it wouldn't have worked out. We launch ourselves at ordinary and then we tweak, and then when we look back at some of our work, we tend to laugh at it. And if you're not laughing at your early days ka work, that means you started too late because you're a perfectionist. Okay, so I'm going to suggest to you, start to build a library of really collecting all of your early days work, because what it is going to do for you is, it's going to help you become the person you need to become.